change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
Well, hello, my dear planners. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me for this week's live. I have my microphone on. I've got my camera on. I'm here. It's Monday here in Sydney, Australia, where I'm from. It is 5:30 a.m. right on time, and I love that you're here as well. So I've already said hello to my lovely plannerettes. That's what I'm going to call us, guys, plannerettes. With Christina, hello. Chella, how are you? Masha, how are you? Asia, hello, Asia. Are you new to my channel, or at least new to the live stream? Is that correct? Let me know if you are new here in the chat. Type in new, or if you are watching on replay, make sure you also comment new and let me know where you are tuning in from. So a big welcome to you, Asia. Thank you so much for joining me. Stephanie is here as well. And we've got, who else? May. Hello, May is here. How are you? Christina says it's minus 16 degrees in Iowa. Oh my God. And Stephanie is saying, stay warm, no outdoor planning. Yes, stay inside, be cozy, be cozy. Yes, plannerettes. I think we'll call us that, Chella, don't you think? Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. I love it. I love it. You guys are loving the name. Yes, plannerette Stephanie. Yes, I know. I think Stephanie's husband calls it the Crespers. Are you going to join the Crespers? I do like that too, but I do like the, yes, here we go. Exactly. I pressed it at the same time I was talking about how your husband Stephanie calls us the Crespers. I'm great and hope you are all doing well. I love it. All right, I'm going to get right into it. And look what I have. I've got my handheld cooling fan because these lights get me so hot and bothered and all sweaty. So I'm going to make sure I have that on so I don't melt in front of your eyes. Because here in Sydney, Australia, it is summer. And today, this whole week's going to be raining for us. And it's about 22 to 24 degrees Celsius. So and here in Sydney, it is very, very humid, regardless of what, the temperature is. It's just very humid. Yes, a Planaret on Team Crespers. Woo, woo, woo. Let's go. So as the thumbnail or my video says, I'm going to do a 2 weeks in review of 2024 because I just want to make sure that for me, myself, that I am on the right track with what's working, what's not, what can I learn from this first 2 weeks of 2024 using my new Hobonichi planners. So for those of you new here in the chat as well as on the replay, Hobonichi planners in the A5 or the cousin A6, which is the original, and weeks are very new to me. I've been a ring planner for a long while. And so when an opportunity came that I could purchase these, at my local new stationery stores near me, I had to jump on the chance. And it's just a good way to change things up. I know for a lot of us, sometimes planning, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, planning, we can get stuck in a rut, right? And then we forget to touch our planners. We don't even set it up anymore. There's no novelty and there's no fun behind it. So we want to make sure, of course, we don't want to be buying new planners every time we get bored, but there are many ways that you can change things up within the planner that you have. And hopefully in today's live stream, or if you are watching on replay, that you can get, even if it's just one little tiny little idea that you can incorporate in your own planning, then hopefully that is a win. So I'm going to be reviewing my 3 Hobonichi planners. So like I said, we've got the weeks, the original, and the cousin. So A5, A6, and this is sort of like, I guess, a traveler's, like a narrow personal size. So I am going to be doing that. So now, as you already seen, we have a lot of chatty regulars plannerettes here on the live. So if you are new, please make sure that you do chime in on the chat. If you have any questions or any struggles you're having, type it in. We can talk about it, and then hopefully I can get you out of that rut. And my plannerettes, my community here are very welcoming, and so don't be shy. Now, let's quickly have a look. I want to make sure I don't miss out on anyone. Hello, Jessie. How are you? Good day. And chat members, nice to see you all. Christina has a Hobonichi Hun, which I believe is the hard cover. Is that right, Christina? Do let me know. And thinking about adding a weeks to the pile. Yes. I saw a quote that says it takes 2 weeks for you to notice a difference, and that has been my check-in period. So I love that you are doing a review in 2 weeks. Yes, I did read somewhere with regards to how long does it take for you to build an effective habit. So it's not so much the duration, it's the consistency, how often you do it. And of course, as planners, that does tie in with the time, right? Because if we're planning in our planners on a daily, weekly basis, then yes, that's 14 days to 21 days is when it starts to hit. But then if you start to see that things aren't working, suddenly you stopped, planning in your planner pages, then you might want to, jazz it up a little bit. So yes, Chella, 2 weeks is a good indication if things are working or not. Christina says, I haven't asked, have you used Tombow with your stamps yet? Someone did mention, I don't know if it was you. I think I did try it when someone suggested it. And I think at the moment, the Tombows that I have are the very pastel or light colored. So I may need to try it again with the darker colors. But I'm using the VersaCraft. So these little pods here, so fingertip little daubers. So it's nice and clean. It's easy. I've only got this one. I'm thinking of maybe getting, a few more different colors. But at the moment, I've been using the black one. And then I color in the stamp. So I'll show you that in a little bit. Hello, Lauren. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Jessie and the Jewish Planner Mum. Thank you, everybody. Yes, it was exactly. So I did try it when you said it, and then I think I used a very light colored one, so it probably wasn't the most effective. But with that in mind, let us just all get started, shall we? Let's start right now. Okay, so I've moved my view to the bigger screen, and I will zoom in and out if I need to go and hone in a little bit more on the particular thing that I'm going to. So, like I said, weeks, original and cousin, and what I'm going to do is discuss the different purposes or of each one for me. So you might go, why are you just using one planner just for that? So I'll explain the reasoning why I do have different planners. I mean, really, so many. I've got a few more Hobonichis on the side here that I'm using as well, but we're going to concentrate on these three because this has been what has helped me plan productively, as well as make sure that I am scheduling my me time, my well-being, and it allows me to be mindful. Because for me, I do get those anxious thoughts, a lot of more times than not. So my planner has been such a useful, therapeutic, and fun tool. So I'll go through that. And now, of course, like I said, I want to share some tips and effective planning that I use that hopefully that you can get something out of, and as well as the creative and fun stuff of embellishing our planners with washi tape, stickers, colorful markers, stamps, like Christina said, using what we have to effectively plan and embellish our planners. So now, whether you are an experienced planner, you've done this for so long. I've been doing bullet journaling in the Leuchtturm 1917 dotted grid. I started that in 2017. And so, where you actually create your planner page from scratch, and then I moved into digital planning on my iPad, and then Ring Planner, personal, and then A5, and now in the Hobonichi. So I've had many iterations of different planning setups. But if you are new to planning, just be mindful that it takes time. You're going to find what works for you, what you might see on Instagram or Pinterest. You might want to try, but then you get frustrated because it may not look the same way. But you got to remember, a lot of these Instagram accounts or YouTubers like me, or those that on Pinterest, they've been doing it for a long time. If you ever get a chance to see their very first pages, their hand lettering, it may not be the beautiful thing that it is now, but it's beautiful at the start. But you got to start your journey somewhere. So I just want to make sure, don't be intimidated by what you see others are planning, because they might be on their chapter 20 of their planning and you might just be starting out. So be mindful, okay? So don't do the comparison, because I do that myself. So I know how it feels. So we're going to start off with the Hobonichi weeks. So this one is in the pale blue green hardcover 2024. So I'll do a quick flip through. I do have a Hobonichi playlist, a Hobonichi planner playlist on my channel. So if you do want more if I don't cover it here, there's a lot more in detail stuff there. So do make sure that you check that out after the live stream. All right, so let's have a look. Oh, and of course, my pages stopped working. Yep, that's okay. And hello, Veronica. Hello, my planner people. That's right. I'm so happy you can join us today. So now I'm going to see if it does get too bright. I've got my remote control to dim the lights. So that's hubby. That's Edward. That's my husband. And so stickers here, free one from Washi Gang, different square lime design ones. It's probably a little bit better. So, whatever stickers you have, whatever little drawing, if you're a great artist or, a budding artist, whatever you want to do, just try it out. Use pencil. Great pencils, or if you want, I have partnered up with pilot pen. Now, this live stream is not sponsored, but the friction line you can erase, or actually by with friction the ink disappears. And so if you want to try out little drawings, do so. Don't be scared. And then if you don't like something, you can put a little sticker over it. Okay, so this is a square lime design digital sticker that I printed on sticker back paper. So just add a little bit of flair to your pages. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is my mood log. So it's this one I use for my mood log, because like I said, I I do get quite anxious thoughts, and I sometimes can get low. What I have found is tracking my mood. And so, I have a little color coding. So whatever color coding works for you. Some people just have three, maybe red, amber, and green. Or some people might also want to track their migraine if they get a lot of migraines. Also, whatever, if you have anything you need to track on a yearly basis, this one here, the index, is a great tracker. So I'm just going to dim the light so you can see the lines. And so it gives me an idea of how my mood is from a bird's eye point of view. So visually, I'll be able to see. Normally, last year's mood tracker, I could see that towards the end of the month, I get, my days are normally, meh, it's okay. I'm anxious, I'm angry. So you start to see patterns when you start to go and track your mood. And if you're like me, where that towards the end of the month, you get cranky, you get a little bit sad, you get a little bit emotional, whether it's that time of the month, then it's a great way that you go, you know what? This week, I'm not going to be a happy chappy, so I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. And then that way I can, my planning, I can ease things a little bit, make sure that, I'm putting a lot of self-care, a lot of scheduled breaks, me time. So then that way you don't suffer. And if you have family or loved ones around, that they don't suffer in the wrath of your fury, like my two sons and my husband. So far in the first 2 weeks of 2024, this 8th, 9th, and 10th, an okay kind of day. It was neither here nor there. And now I am at 49 years old, going through my perimenopause, and hence why I do need a cooling fan as well, because not only is the lights making things hot, but hot flashes happen as well. So that is my mood tracker. So that is a great way for me to see that now my moods are going to be all over the place. It's not just going to be towards the end of the month. It is also maybe throughout 2024, my mood is going to be up and down. So do let me know if you use a mood tracker for you in your planning. And then make sure that it's something that you keep an eye on. Stephanie says, oh, here we go. Let's maybe have a look. Yes, big heart. Thank you so much, Veronica. Friction, yes, friction pen is great way. You can make mistakes and then you can erase it. Now, Marcia says, I've been planning since 1981, tried and true for success. I know for me, I've been using a journal or, diary since I was a teenager. So I've always put my thoughts down on paper, or even written, letters, handwritten letters to, when you're brokenhearted to the boyfriend, or to that unrequited love. I never sent it, but it's good to get things down on paper. So it's really important. Use your planning as a form of, self-care and me time as well. Now, I love the yearly overview for tracking. I use 3 Hobonichi originals and track a different thing in each: mood, gratitude, and self-care. Exactly. So Chella is doing pretty similar to what I am doing as well, using different planners, because Now, sometimes it can get over, you can get overloaded with too many planners. For me, I have the ability to have different planners because I am a homeschooling mum, which means I'm normally home all the time. So I don't need to lug around my planners with me in my handbag. So I can afford, as in, number of planner wise, to have quite a few. But I know some people, when you're traveling to and from work, you don't want to be managing home and life in too many planners because you might forget to migrate things here, and then that could cause problem in itself. So really, really important that you do what works for you. All right, so that's my little mood tracker. Now this is a fun little tracker as well. So this is the calendar spread. Now I use Kina Prints digital sticker. This character is Lola. So before I used to have bangs or a fringe. So she looks like, like me. And then you can use your calendar. You can either just write, I've seen people write one sentence and fill up that little box with, an overarching sentence or sentiment about the day that they had, or if, like what your like as Chella said, one gratitude line a day. So you can use this whatever way. But for me, because I am such a visual person, that's December. So let's look at the first 2 weeks of January. So there we are, welcoming thing. I was getting things done, planning, and then it was my 49th birthday. I had dinner with my husband on Saturday night, and I'm still yet to fill in. So this is another way. When I did this in December, I was able to discover midweek. I was quite emotionally spent. I had a hard day. I had a cry. I was emotional. And I was also able to then see that I was nursing those emotional low days with, retail therapy. And so I need to, as you can see, second half of December, I made sure that on Wednesdays I didn't put too much pressure on myself. So your calendar for this Hobonichi weeks for me in my mood log allows me again to see not just the mood, but what is it that's bringing me down. So this is another great way if you are again artistic and you want to draw little things in your like those doodle a day type thing. This is a way for me to use this calendar spread in my Hobonichi weeks. So here, so see how I said 8th, 9th, and 10th. So around about here, I didn't know what I was doing. So you can put a big question mark. You can even put exclamation marks as a way to, stamp how you were feeling that particular day. So you can use stickers, words, a sentence or two. So this is my reflection of the day. I wrote little notes here, mood tracker. So that's a great way for you if you wanted, if you're artistic or you got all those stickers. I'm sure a lot of you have many, many stickers you purchased that you still have either, pages and pages of and don't know what to do. You can even use this as, I'll show you. I'll go and do a little segue or a little turn. I have another Hobonichi Weeks. This is a soft cover. Let me show you. This one is my reading log. But for those spaces that I don't use in my reading log, so my reading log, I put a cover of the book that I'm starting to read. So I had all the other empty spaces. Look what I did with the empty spaces. I used it as my washi tape swatch. So now when I'm planning, I can go and have a look. Oh, which washi tape should I use for this week's embellishments? So you do that as well. Or if you have last year's planners that you are, there are empty pages, go and use those pages as a little swatch of the washi tapes that you have, or the Tombow, as Christina said, Tombow, your markers, your ink, if you're a fountain pen user, use them as a little swatch. So isn't that pretty? Isn't that a fun way to go and see what washi tapes you have? And then what I want to do is when I finish a roll, I'll either put a line through it. And my plan is for this year is to try and cross off as many washi tape swatches as possible before buying some new ones. So, but yeah, so that's just a little segue. This one is my reading log. If you do want to see a flip of this, let me know in the chat or in the comment section, and I'll do a separate planner flip of that. So do let me know. Um, my okay. Oh, I love the reading log idea. Yes, yes. So it's really just because you mentioned, I'll quickly have a show you. So I do the books that I read are, like the habit tracking and the productivity. And so each day I actually write notes on a separate little spiral notebook. And then the bits that stand out, normally quotes, I go and write in each day. So then if I need to refer back to it, or if I want to create a quote card for my Instagram, it's a way for me to go and look at quotes that apply to me. And then the other side is I just, more notes based on whatever the book. So just create little like a ruled page line. I'll show you how I do that later on. But yeah, so the reading log is another fun way for me to go and use my different planners. Yes, my plan is to use my stickers and wash it before buying more. So me, me too, Christina. I'm the same. So I'll go see something and I went, oh, let's put that in the cart. But yeah, so that's the calendar spread. So next, the next bit I have, so it moves on to, so this is for those of you new to Hobonichi weeks. So you've got the horizontal days, and then on the right hand side is just a one whole grid page. So I use this for my mood log, and January 1st, here it is. So another the Kina Prints stickers again. So this is my morning log, or my mood log in the morning, is in this box here. I write down how I feel. So it's a great way for me to acknowledge how I'm feeling that moment, and why is it that I'm feeling that way, and then what is it that I can do in the day that will make me feel energized, make me feel better, or if I'm having a great day, make it even a better day. So this was inspired by Mel Robbins' 5-second journal. So she has something that's, you note down how you're feeling, why it is you feel that way, and what is it that you can do to make yourself feel energized. And again, for me, you could easily, for those who's not a plannerette like us, who also may be new to planning, is like, why even bother with stickers, right? One of the things for you to change your behavior, according to Atomic Habits book by James Clear, which I quote many times because I really incorporated it in my day-to-day life, is make things pretty. Because if it's pretty, you're attracted to it, right? Make it attractive. You want to use your best clothes, put on, if you do your hair, do your makeup. Remember when we were dating, for those of us, who were single and dating, we put on our best, foot forward, because we want to attract the right mate. So by using stickers, washi tapes, colorful markers, it makes us happy. For us who are visual planners, it's that dopamine hit, right? So it's like sometimes the planning, the setting up is more exciting than the actual planning. And that's why you turn again to the next day or the next week and do it all over again. Use different stickers. So let me show you this. Hobonichi week started on the 27th of November. So each week I use different stickers. I use different washi tapes. That way I can use up all the different many rolls of washi tapes I have, and it's new. It's a new novelty. The next week is new. You've got new washi tapes, and then again, for January 8th to the 14th, which is last week, new washi tapes, new combos, and everything else, new pen colors. And it's a great way, again, if you have plenty of stationery on hand, great way for you to use those stationery that you don't use as often. So maybe first I should work on my impulse spending. Yeah, maybe have the no spend tracker, Christina. That doesn't work for me. I think I no spend for 3 days and then whoop, squirrel, another sale, another thing. You don't even have to ask. Videos for all of your knowledge, please. All right, Stephanie, I'll make sure I do a planner flip of this Hobonichi weeks, because this is sort of like just a write anything in there. Not the it's not that it's not pretty, but it's just sort of like just whatever's in my head when I'm reading. But yeah, so Veronica says, I planned since ever, but Hobo is so alive and beauty that I'm back to stickers, right? Yes. And I think that's probably one of the ways, because I see so many great accounts with great embellishments. Now, here's the thing that I have learned, okay, that I'm still trying to accept. If you miss a day, you missed a day. That's okay. It's left blank. That's just the way it is. If you wanted, you can I think in my when I did A5 planning in ring planners, I used the same washi tapes and cover that up. Or I'm just going to leave it blank. I'm going to learn to leave blank spaces as is. So then that way, the more blank spaces you leave when you do have missed days, then it's more part, it becomes part of your everyday today planning. Because a lot of us who have been planning for a while don't like the empty spaces. I don't know why. Maybe it's because for me, this is for me, maybe because, I might go, was I not productive that day? Did I not have any feelings that day? It's just, I don't know, maybe I think the Friday I slept in and then I couldn't be bothered doing my morning journal. That's it. So just leave it blank. And then I just go into here, write a little review of how the week went. And then now I have normally Mondays live, I do my plan with me, but I'll come back to that next week again. I'll plan again, but there are playlists for my plan with me so that you can watch on how I set these up. So I already have set up this week's January 15th to the 21st. And I use purple this time, and I used my floral one. I saw this, I forgot I had that, but because I had my swatch of my washi tapes, I was able to see that I had that somewhere in my stash. It's that one there. And I went, oh, that'll be nice. See, by having something like this, it actually helped me out, by going remembering that I had that. So that is my my mood log. And I have something else here. Oh, yes, this is the fun bit. I added side tabs, these monthly side tabs, to my Hobonichi weeks. So these ones, I can take this off now. These are from Square Lime Designs, and I do have it in the description. So after the live stream, you can check it out. So I think it's the mini gray calendar tabs. So now these are the digital versions. She also does have printed ones that Christina, that she will ship to you. And so, but this one I printed on my home printer, and then I used my silhouette cutting machine to cut these individually off the sticker back paper that I printed it on. Now I did customize it so then that it would fit, I think, so this is 1 centimeter. So I wanted, I don't know the actual original width of these tabs, but I did customize it to about 1 centimeter. So then it would fit on here and the other planners that I have. So let me know if you also have monthly tabs on your planner. And then I just use these sticky side tabs and labeled it. So this month and then this week. So then I can flip to the correct. So I'll just move that. So it's just removable. It's not, it doesn't stick on permanently. I may have to redo this if it starts getting a little bit bent too much, but it's fine with me, because then it's a really good way for me to go and flip to the pages that I want. But this one is more for later down the track, if I want to go and look at August, and then I'll go and look at September and then October, so I can flip to it nice and quick. So all right, so let me know what you think. If you have any questions, if you also do a mood log for your planning, Let me know if that is something that you do yourself or you incorporate in your, a bigger planner. Because I did have for my A5, I have a well-being, what do I call it? Well-being planner insert. So I'll add that into the description once I'm off air. And then let me just quickly grab that. So while I remember, so if you have an A5 planner and you want to print printables, so I do have a well-being planner printable that has the morning log incorporated in it. So Chella says, I have monthly tabs on my work planner so I can quickly access the months while scheduling work things. Yeah, so it's not only is a great little embellishment, it's also a great way for you to be efficient to get to the pages that you need to get to, rather than having to flip through. If you have lots of things in your planner, flipping through, I mean, it's with the Hobonichis, I actually like the sound of the Tomo River paper, so that's really something that's fun. Okay, so let me make sure I've got everything. So now any challenges for this is really just making sure in the mornings, it's one of the first things I do. So sometimes I don't get to log my mood in the morning. So look here, this was on the 23rd and the 24th. I just sort of like backfilled how I think I felt, and when I wrote it down on Christmas Day, because it was busy. So sometimes, if you remember how the day might be. Also, sometimes you don't even have to go and put in, the mood. If you want to fill in those blank spaces, you can just write other things on there. You might want to use a different color, so then that way you can see it's, that you didn't log your mood on that particular day. So those are the different things you can do. So if you do have too many missed days, so let's say I only had Monday and Tuesday, and then I missed, 10th to the 14th. If you know you were sick, then it's fine to have it blank, right? So it's a great way for you to know, you know what? I didn't get to do my morning journal or my mood log because I was sick or I was away. So just be really mindful that, just because you might see other planner pages have their pages all filled in and all beautiful, that they must have everything, together. No, they just probably backfilled a lot of pages, and a lot of planners do. Planners say that they go back and fill in the blank pages. But for me, I'm going to learn to make sure to leave it blank. So those are the challenges I would normally have, a few years ago, but I'm going to leave it as is, or I might embellish it with something else. Okay, so do let me know if you have any challenges when it comes to your planning. What is it that you don't like to do? Do you don't like leaving empty spaces? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section. All right, so now I do have, like I said, Kina prints, Lola stickers is in there, and then just different washi tapes that I have purchased along the way. I'm sure a lot of you have many washi tapes, and this one is Square Lime Design Hobonichi Weeks, and I think this is the spring theme. And then there's some Polaroid. I do have the link for Square Lime Design in the description. So that's that one. And now let's move on to the Hobonichi original. So this is the gingham cover, and I also have the cover on cover, and then I have the page marker that you put in the back, so you can have that to either hold your page that you're on, or if you're out and about and you don't want your page opening up, then you can have it closed. Hi, Ava, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to my live stream into the chat, and you'll feel welcome amongst my lovely Plannerette communities. So make sure if you have any questions or any comments, please type it in the chat. So this one, let's just move me for a second. Sorry about the glare. So this one I use for my journaling. So now I actually haven't been journaling like in this capacity for a long time. I thought, well, I don't have the time. Where do you find the time to write down pages and pages of journaling and your thoughts and your moods and your brain dump? I don't have the time. But what I found is if you find the time for yourself, your mind will be clear. It won't be all jumbled up. You won't feel anxious. You won't feel overwhelmed because it's out of your head and it's not taking up room for you to be creative and for you to be productive. So journaling has actually been really, really helpful for me. So let me show you. So we've got the slip pockets. Now I have shown this in previous videos where I featured the original. So these are task cards that I made myself. Oh, I'll make sure I'll add the video. So just put if want to know how these are made. These are laminated sheets. A lot of these are offcuts from our homeschooling days. So don't throw away any offcuts. I mean, I have so many things I haven't thrown away, but I really should, like boxes and boxes. These are your sticky note flags, and I just use my label maker to put labels. So these are little prompts on what I need to write if I ever get stuck on what to write during my journaling. So, one thing I can get excited about, write a positive thing I can say to myself today, one bold action I can take today. So these two are my morning journaling. And then this one is for if let's say I don't get to do my morning journaling and there's an empty page. This is a reflection at the end of the day. So a moment I really appreciated today. So if you want to have a look at that, screenshot that so you can see some other ideas. And then this one here, screenshot that for some other ideas. So this one, Solomon's Paradox, old you advice to young you. So if you were 85 years old and you are writing a letter to yourself, to your present self, what would you say? So that's that one, Solomon's Paradox. So those are my morning and reflection prompt cards. So I have that there. I have my weather stickers. So again, I don't want to take up too much time with a lot of these because I do have specific videos where I go in more detail. So I don't really do the weather on this journal anymore, but I still have that in there because it's pretty. And then this one, so again, another, if you want to embellish your slip pockets, off another off cup of laminated sheet, and just if you have any transparent stickers handy. And look, see, that's just a little piece of card that I popped in there. And look, doesn't that look pretty? And then more stickers, Happy Planner stickers. All right, so there's hubby again. So let's just quick. All right, so the way I use my calendar index. So as you can see, there's the first 2 weeks of January. This one the index started in December. And so this one, I just write what I'm grateful for. So it's just a few words, not even a full sentence. So then that way, again, if you ever find yourself feeling a little bit negative or things aren't going right, just focusing on something that you're grateful or thankful for that day helps you build that gratitude muscle. Again, all these things, the planning, the logging, the tracking, is an opportunity for you to build that muscle. Muscle isn't just about the physical muscle that we, need to build. It's not just doing the weights. It's not just doing the running. It's not just doing the cardio. Exercising also is about mental exercise, well-being, self-care. So if you are at this stage say, oh, I don't have enough time to read a book, I don't have enough time to journal, I don't have enough time to take my breaks, scheduled breaks, I don't have enough time to just sit down and just, take deep breaths. All it is you haven't practiced it enough for you to be good at it. So don't be hard on yourself and go, I don't have the time. Where do I find the time? It's just you're not in sync yet with that part of your day-to-day activity that allows you to go, you know what? I'm going to do what matters most to me. And right now, it's me taking the time to just take 5 deep breaths. It's my morning time to just write in my morning journal. So sometimes if you don't have the time, you might have to wake up 10 minutes earlier. You might have to instead of, scrolling through your phone and watching other people's life and being interested in other people's life, maybe take 10 minutes of that time to go and write your mood log. So this is really a great way for you to practice each day. If you don't get to do this, see there on the 11th, didn't I can't even go back to think what was I grateful for that day. That's okay. I'll leave it blank. See, again, for me, it's going to have to be a practice to be okay with things not getting filled in, especially for me, I guess, as a content creator that feature my planning. I could easily go, oh, how can I be an example of what good planning and productivity and self-care is if I don't even do it myself. But I think that is the whole point, is I want you to see that even though I have been doing this for a while, that I still miss days, that I still don't want to touch my planners, that I just still want to sit on the couch and go scroll on my phone, and 45 minutes have gone by and all I've watched is people on reels, doing those trending videos. It's okay, but then I've got enough practice to go, all right, that's enough. Let's get back on track. So this is a space for the Hobonichi. If you have the Hobonichi original, the calendar index is a great way for you to do your gratitude log. Or some people I've seen divide the columns and put the workout, migraine, mood, and then color in the section. So that's another way for you to use the calendar index of your Hobonichi planners. Welcome. Thank you, Stephanie. I'll see Ava. See the team here are very welcoming. Now for the calendar spread itself, here's a thing that I need to point out. Okay. I don't know what to write in this because I've got so many calendars that I don't even know what to do. So this one I did use the December calendar for my appointments. You can see some of the relics of the bills due, but I didn't want to use the Hobonichi original for that. So what I did is I just got grid paper, cut it to size, put a little bit of glue, and then just paste it, and then some washi tape and stickers. See. So if you ever make a mistake, there's a few little things. If you ever make a mistake or you want to cover something up, just grab another piece of paper if you've got pretty paper, and then your washi tape. And then I think probably here I might put some photos of December. So family photos or any photos. So I may just have to go and cover the subsequent following months in the same way. Maybe use different paper, maybe print something or make something on Canva and just cover it up, because I don't need anything else for like this sort of spread. Give me some ideas. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section what other things that I can track or use my calendar spread for in my Hobonichi original. Okay, so there's that one. Now, here's the first 2 weeks of January in my morning journaling. So remember the morning journaling, little things, what am I excited about? What am I anxious about? You can use your journal page as a brain dump. Again, get the thoughts out of your head. Now, this one here, this is a little vision board that I created on Canva. The template for this vision board was already pre-made. I have a link in the description of vision board templates that you can use, and all you do is you just insert your own photos. These ones are just the stock photos. So for my January in my journal, I wanted to create a vision board of the habits that I want to, get better at for January. So this is just vision board for January of the habits I want to build. I want to work out more. I want to meet up with friends more for coffee or chat. So I'm doing that. So I'm meeting up with a friend on Wednesday. Here, hand holding. My I went on a date with my husband. So I'm getting myself out there more, out into the real world, of meeting up with real people rather than being stuck at home, because sometimes I get quite anxious, leaving the house. So I want to make a good go of making sure that I'm catching up with friends, because like here in the chat right now, in the live chat, community and connection is so important. I have found that I get more out of this live stream that I'm sure you do. I know you guys love being here with me, but this has been so helpful for me, turning up and being with you guys. So this is my own me time. It's catching up with you, kindred spirits who like planning stickers and washi tapes and seeing what we are, doing. And I'm getting to know a lot of you. I'm getting to know May, who told me about, put your head in the freezer or in the fridge when you're getting your hot flushes. Stephanie, who I connect with as well through DMs. So this is a little community that we have from across the pond. A lot of you are over in the US. I'm here in Sydney, Australia. Yet there is, there is no boundary. But I want to also make sure that I am having that connection live with people that I have missed so much because of my anxiety, wanting to go out into the real world, because you built that habit of being at home, through lockdown. Now I have to build that habit back up to actually get out and meet real people. So that's a vision board I've created, and that's because each month in the Hobonichi original you get a blank page. So that's what I want to do with each one. So what have I learned with regards to my morning journal? All right, so again, it doesn't have to be grammatically correct. Whatever you're writing, it doesn't have to be in full sentences. It doesn't have to be make sense to anyone else. It can just be a blob of thought, another blob of thought, another blob of thought. And so if there are days that you can't figure out what to write, have your little prompt of what to write, what you're grateful for, who needs my A game today. For a lot of times when I'm feeling, when I've logged my mood in the morning, I'm feeling really frustrated and angry this morning because of this. What do I need to do? I need to make sure I take time to take deep breaths, take breaks, because my son, who's 15 years old, who I'm, homeschool, is on the autism spectrum. He needs me because he is unable to, at the moment, regulate his own emotions. And so if he can't regulate his emotions, and then I'm also having anxiety, attacks and having my own little meltdowns, then we're both going to be, and that's what sort of drove me to have that meltdown I had last year, mental breakdown in February. Is just I didn't take enough time to look after my own emotional well-being. And that's why mood log and journaling has been so helpful in my healing mentally, physically, emotionally. So that is why it's important for me to take time to do these things. So if you ever find yourself stuck in a spiral of, oh, nothing's going right, everything is going wrong, why me, I should have done this, I could have done that, I'm missing out, I should be further ahead, or, oh, I shouldn't have said that yesterday, or what's going to happen tomorrow, right? That was me. It was just like pressure upon pressure upon pressure build up. But these things here, the mood log and the journaling, it releases all of that. Boom, brain dump it, word vomit it out on paper, and then you feel lighter. It's like you're sort of like removed away from it. So if you feel, well, I like, and I still feel that. That's you saw in my mood log, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. I don't know what my mood was. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't put my finger on it. So I just kept logging it. And then I'm going, all right, well, what is it we can do? Maybe go out, have a nice dinner. So that is what I have been learning with my morning journal. Is just get it out of your head. Your head is not supposed to remember things, or it's not supposed to be worrying about the past or the future. This is what mindfulness is all about. So, mindfulness is about not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future. It's being present, whether your mindfulness it comes in the form of meditation, breathing in, breathing out. I'm actually writing a blog post about what meditation is to me and how it has helped me. So keep an eye on that blog post, because at first I thought, meditation is the cross your legs, ding the bell. It's not just about that. It's much more. So those are the things that has helped me heal mentally and emotionally. So what have I learned in the first 2 weeks? First 2 weeks, hey, it's actually fun writing. Bear with me. I'm just going to go and I'm getting a runny nose, and I don't want you to see me, wipe my nose on camera. Okay, I'm back. Just make sure no boogers. Oh, all right. So how do you keep morning journaling or journaling fun, right? Again, washi tape, stickers. It's the dopamine hits and the reward we seek out. I think that's why we love hanging out with each other and planning. It's because those are the things. So sometimes, like I said earlier, the things that the anticipation, the planning, the setting up is more exciting than the actual doing of the stuff. Make it fun. If you want, write a poem, write the lyrics of your favorite song. Here, as you can see, I changed ink color, right? Different pens, different colors, pink, purple, blue, whatever it is. Write a different way. You'll see, if you've been with me for a while, my handwriting would be straight up and down. My handwriting will be on a slant. I'll use different nibs of pens, thinner, thicker, here, ink. The other thing you can also do is, just copy a passage from a book. So then if you go, I don't know what to write today, just copy, because then that is a mindfulness practice, because you're focusing on something. You're not thinking about the past or the future. And so that is a great way. So what I've learned, that it's actually been enjoying journaling. Now here on the 12th of Friday, I actually didn't log in the morning. So I missed it. So what I did, I created that ruled line effect. So all it is just the border, line up the page with your favorite color, and then just a little margin. I left that blank. So then when I did my journaling yesterday, I had lots to say, because lots of things were happening. Lots of things were in my head. So I did a little asterisk, and then from the 14th of January. So I continued on. So you can use blank pages that you didn't get to fill in as another way to write down notes. I don't know, write your shopping list, write your wish list for your birthday that's coming up. Whatever it is. That's what I've learned is I missed a day and I left it. I was just going to leave that blank, but it came at a great time for me to write more stuff for the 14th. Okay, and then so that's what I have learned with regards to journaling. If you don't know what to write, have yourself little prompts. Write your favorite poems, write your favorite song lyrics. Just copy if you want. Get a textbook and just copy, so if you want to practice your handwriting, because that in itself is mindfulness practice. Remember, mindfulness is focusing on the now. If a thought comes in, acknowledge it, let it go, and just go back into doing that mindfulness practice. So again, this has been such a therapeutic way for me to relax, breathe in. Look at your morning journal as your best friend that you can just dump all your worries and your secrets to. Okay, so that's what I've learned. And as I said, it's okay to miss a day. Use that blank page for something else. And fountain pen. So I bought this one. My favorite stationery store had a sale, and so this one is the Pilot Metropolitan pen in fine. Because I have small writing and because my letters are close together, the thicker nib is just it looks too thick, and so the words and the letters look like big clumps. So I do like the thinner nibs, both in fountain pens as well as in gel pens or felt tip pens and things like that. Oh, hello. Did someone come in that I didn't see? Oh, thank you, Jessie. I could always count on your hugs. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it a lot. Hello, Al. Nice to see you so much. So glad you are here. Thank you so much. We need that Plannerette convention. Yes, come to Sydney, everyone. Sydney, Australia. Make sure that it's not during winter and it's not during summer, because summer is just, you're going to like melt. It's too hot. Maybe autumn or spring, huh? Let's do the Plannerette convention. Yes, Stephanie, I am there. Hello, hello. Welcome to L. I love it. Okay. May says, a lot of the point of planning is not about the planning at all. Yeah, exactly. It's the reflection about your life's journey. And that's what, I have, like, I think when I was late teens and early 20s, with the boyfriend, or the like I said, the boy who didn't return your love. Why doesn't he like me? Why does he only think of me as a little sister? And it's like you go, oh, you just want to give that young girl a hug when you read all these things. So but yeah, I agree, May. Well said. And I think that's why I do continue planning, because you know you can write your to-do list on a post-it note. You can write your to-do list on a scrap piece of paper, but with your washi tapes and your stickers and all this stuff, it's that you need that dopamine hit. Now I'm currently reading a book by Ali Abdal, who I've followed for a long while on his YouTube channel about um, productivity, and he's written a book called, let me have a show you. It's the feel good productivity, and he has there's lots of studies that he had researched with regards to making things fun. So productivity is not actually about having lots of stuff on your to-do list, right? That to look busy. It's about making things fun. And I think that's where these planners come in for me. Like, I know some people might go, why you have so many planners? Because it's what helps me. When I had one planner, it helped me then. When I used digital planning, that's what helped me then. When I used bullet journaling and the Looksterm dot grid, that's what helped me then. But then the bullet journaling, um, having to create something from scratch took too much time when I started homeschooling my son. So different seasons are going to need different tools, right? Doesn't mean you have to stick to the one thing forever and ever and ever. How boring will that be? It's the same way that I have 5 different pairs of black shoes, um, 3 different high heel shoes. One's kitty heels, one's blocked heel, one's stiletto, right? Different things used for different occasions. It's the same way we have lots of tabs open on our computer. There's different things that require different tools. Okay, so let me have a look now. So let me know in the comment section or in the chat if there is an idea that you go, oh, I'm going to try that for my own planning. Let me know if there's any aha moment. For me, like May says, that aha moment is, that's why I say I have learnt through here on YouTube. It was through here, right on camera, when someone asked, where do you find the time to plan and do all this stuff? I make the time because I have found how important it is for my own well-being, that it is, instead of other excuse me, sorry, hang on a Others find knitting, crocheting, drawing, watercoloring, writing, playing on the piano, playing an instrument is what gives them that mindfulness. For me, it's planning, and there's other things I want to try. I want to try watercoloring. I want to try doing more doodles and doing more painting. So, but yeah, so that's for me. Planning is not just a productivity tool, but it's also a form of self care for me. Okay, so now let me know, yeah, if you have any ideas yourself that you want to share with the Plannerette community, let us know in the chat or in the comment section. Now, of course, I know you guys do, but let me just remind you, just in case you forget, if you are getting value in today's video, do make sure to hit that like button. Where's the like button? Is it right there? Is it right there? Is it right there? Click that like button. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, do so, because I come on here oh my goodness, my voice is going, every Monday, 5:30 a.m. my time. Do check what time zone I am in your time, and and hit that bell so you will get notified of when I pop on for live stream, as well as when I upload new videos. And I do love too that a lot of you are sharing my videos with your other planner friends as well. So hit that like, click, click. I will appreciate it, because it not only tells me you're enjoying my videos, but it also tells YouTube that you're enjoying my videos, and it shows them to more people. And then our community can grow and grow and grow. And who knows, maybe we'll have a Plannerette convention in Sydney one day soon. Wouldn't that be fabulous? Excellent. So, okay. All right. So now we move on to the Hobonichi cousin. Now they had they celebrated, Hobonichi Techo celebrated, I think, their 10 million planner sale, and then they called it the cousin because technically it's not a sibling to the original, and that's why they couldn't call it a sibling, a brother or a sister, so they called it a cousin. So isn't that fun, all these fun origin stories of these sort of things? Hello, just want to say hi and just relate to you so much. Aw, thank you, I do appreciate. Now, Crafty LC Designs, Laura, it's Laura, isn't it? I hope it is Laura. And another Laura, hello Laura, thank you so much. I was listening and watching while doing my nails. Yes, enjoyed this time with you. Yes, I like to do that, to do my nails and watch planning videos as well. Thank you, Christina. See, multitasking, looking after yourself as well as being with the community. Now, I am mindful of the time, because my husband and the household, well, actually my husband, because we're still on school holidays. We don't start school here in Australia until 1st of February. So I want to make sure that because last time I was on live and I was continuing while I was in the kitchen, you can hear the kitchen noise. Yes, I am right. It is Laura. I knew I got it right. Thank you so much for joining me today, Laura. Okay, so I'll do a very quick flip through, because again, Hobonichi Planner playlist in the description will show you all the different ways that I did a flip through of these pages, before the new year started. So the index section, I use it for my wellness tracker. So let me see if I can show you this. So meditate, read, workout, connect, priority, expense tracking, clean, take my vitamins, try and get over 5,000 steps, and plus 6 hours of sleep. So that's how it is the first 2 weeks of January. So expense tracking and cleaning, I think the reason why I haven't been doing it is because I have put it towards the end of the day. And I know my energy level at the end of the day is gone. Like, Done for today. You'll find me on the couch scrolling through my phone. So I need to make sure when it comes to my habit tracker. So I might actually put a little piece of paper here and rearrange my habits. So then the cleaning and the expense tracking are moved higher towards the beginning of the day, maybe before 1 o'clock or before lunch, because I'm finding here, as you can see, I I don't do my evening routine because after 3, 4 o'clock, my energy level's gone. So see how reviewing the my how I'm going for the first 2 weeks of 2024 has allowed me to see that there are certain things that I'm not actioning, and maybe because I really don't want to do cleaning, but it's necessary because your environment is a great reflection of how your mind is. So if your environment is all cluttered, guess what? You also will your mind. And that's what I've found. So I need to move the cleaning and expense tracking a little bit higher towards the beginning of the day. So that is what I have learned in the first 2 weeks of January. So same thing. If you see yourself um, uh, missing out on doing the things that that matter most to you, go and review at that. So I might go, and instead of waiting until February to change, I'm going to go and change the order of the habits and routines that I have set for myself this new month. So what I'm going to do is I'm just probably going to get maybe a vellum paper that I can write on. So then it's still, you can still see underneath it, and then write down, change some of these a little bit higher in the order of my habit tracking. So that's what my wellness tracker has been able to, that I'm able to see with it. So see how tracking these things really allow you to see what's working and what's not. And so I added this December. And so what I intend to get out of the tracking is, now I'm a numbers person, and I think it was Christina. Was it you, Christina, that also is a numbers person and loves statistics and working these out and being a bit of a numbers nerd like me? And so I'm able to see. So December, as you can see, the pink ones is workout, didn't work out as much. I didn't the expense tracking and cleaning, and I didn't do my 5K steps, and I didn't get as much a lot of sleep. And it's still happening in the first 2 weeks of January. And so if it didn't work out in December and it's still not working out in the 2 weeks, maybe I need to go and do something different. So yeah, yes, it was Christina. See, I remember. My brain fog of my perimenopause hasn't kicked in all the way in yet. I still have my wits about me. All right, so that's that one. So that's the wellness tracker that I use. And then, of course, the calendar is the calendar. You just want to add lots of washi tapes and stickers and make it colorful, because for me the calendar itself, it's sort of like the mundane stuff, when appointments, events, when bills are due, nothing really exciting. And I don't try to overcomplicate it. I used to go and highlight each one and color code each thing. But with the Tomo River S paper, I didn't want to smudge my pens, and I'll do a swatch later to make sure the pens I'm using is swatchable, or no, highlightable. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. So that's the calendar. February I'll set up in next week, and so I'll make sure I'll go live on that. I'll probably break the setup for the new month in a couple of videos, whether it's live stream or a recorded one, because I want to go through how I did. If as Stephanie said, she would love to see that. I want to show you how I create a vision board using Canva. All right, so that's the next bit. And again, I added those square lime designs. I was going Really, did I go overboard with my my tabbing? No, I didn't, because it makes me happy. Whatever makes you happy. So these here are the months. There we go. These three here, so it's divided up in quarters. So January is the week log. And so, speaking of weeks, this is how I set up my weekly. So, again, please check the Hobonichi Planners playlist for more detailed videos of how I set this up. And so, this has been working well. So, instead of using the columns for time blocking, I created these task boxes that's been inspired with Just Be With You Odia here on YouTube. And so that's worked out well. That works out well. I like my 7 areas of focus well-being tracker here, my running to-do list based on the Alistair method. That's going well. This one, so this was beginning of January. This week I created sort of like a cleaning tracker, as like I said, because I wanted to, do hit my cleaning tasks more often than not. That didn't work out. The notes, smaller notes, I like that it's smaller, so I don't feel like I have to fill in such a big page, because normally this is notes that I don't know where to put it in my many planners. So it could be a little brain dump or a little reminder. Here, my habit tracker for, my breaks, breathing, stretching, writing my gratitude log, taking my vitamins, and the mood log reading. I'll keep that. I'll keep all of this bit here, but I have to work out what will work here so then I don't have it so blank. So that one here, I'm not too happy with the blank page there, but I'll learn to live with it. And so I might do something here. So at the top, I put down the weather and the temperature. So then when my husband does go to work outside of the home, like, I've already set up this week. So it's rain, storm, cloudy, all this week. So there's my Alistair method. And see how, again, I change up the washi tapes. So I keep the same washi tape for the same weeks in my Hobonichi weeks, and then in my Hobonichi morning journal. See? And that is a great way for me to use up the many washi tapes that I have on hand. I was hoping that I could use up all of that so then I could cross off my my washi swatch watch, but I still have more, so I'll use that somewhere else. So that's a great way for you to use up your rolls of washi tapes, and then maybe later get more, so see how that theme all ties in together. So that's a little tip for you if you want to use up your washi tapes and you have multiple planners like I do. And if you have only have one or two, you can maybe look at washi tapes top and bottom, so it borders up your page. If you have an A5 planner, if you have a letter size or big happy planner that's sometimes too big to fill in, and that's a great way to fill up the page, is putting the washi tapes. So what did I notes here? So again, that ruled lined effect. I don't know what I'll write on here. Maybe my meals. See, I don't do the cooking at home. It's my husband that does the cooking. So, but I'll figure it out. And that's the beauty of, reviewing your planner pages, every second week or mid-month or at the end of each month. See what works, what doesn't work, or a great opportunity for you to try something new. If you see a planner, a favorite planner account that you have, that they go, oh, I want to try that. So that is the weekly spread. All right, so let's quickly, how about ideas for next week? What do you mean by that? As in next week's live, we talk about ideas, or what ideas do I have? Let me know. Please please elaborate, May. I'm sure because when you when you type these chats, I had mentioned something, and then of course my brain hasn't caught up with what it might be related to. So that is next week's. Oh, as in, how about now I get it. See, look, it dawned on me. How about have those for yes, things to do next week. Yes, yes, that's I think I had that. Oh no, when I was practicing. So for those of you who I got this at the beginning, well, in November, and because of course the pages didn't start until January 1st, I photocopied the spread and made mock pages so then I could practice on what settings. I did have that. Yes, May. I had the or I had next week. I think next week. So yeah, and you know what? I can change things. So maybe next week I don't need something. Maybe I need more little task boxes. And that's the beauty of reviewing things. Yeah. My brain caught up with me, May. So that's the weekly spread. How are we going? You're all still fine for me to keep going? I won't be offended if you need to leave because I know I normally am on here live for an hour, but it seems like maybe he's sleeping. Maybe he's taking a little bit of a snooze. So yeah, let's have a look. Yes, things for next week. Okay, so if you're all fine for me to keep going, let me know. Maybe I need my fan, my cooling fan. Woo! I love this handheld fan. I take it with me sometimes in my bag, and so when I'm walking, and then I have it. You can put it on a lanyard. I'm not. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to look touristy. You know how people have the lanyard. So this cooling fan has been a savior for me. Don't stop. Don't stop. Can't stop the beat. No, no, I won't sing anymore. I might get copyrighted. All right, keep going. Veronica says, keep going. So that's the weekly spread. So like I said, the little tabs here. So the tab at the top are the months. The tab here are for the weekly spread, and then the following months here are for your daily spread. So see, I can easily just go bloop to that. And so with the daily spread, there is again another blank grid page. Yeah, another blank grid page that I have printed and created a printable download with this habit tracker. And then I just printed it on, this is, I think, cream parchment paper. And then I just go in and, washi taped the edges. So then it feels like it's part of the Hobonichi cousin. And then, so the first 2 weeks, okay, so I use the daily spread for my time blocking, my tasks, this little spot here, quotes, and then this little ruled task boxes, just for anything, maybe tasks that, so if you do hear the noise, that's my young one jumping around, getting his proprioceptive exercises in. So I do have the noise cancelling, so you might just hear bits and pieces, but yeah, he needs to be jumping around to get his muscles and movement into his body after being asleep. So that's part of his sensory processing needs. And so I'm used to it now. At first, it's be like, shh, quiet, the downstairs, because we live in an apartment block. But lucky for us, the downstairs is, I think, is a kitchen, like an industrial kitchen. So they probably make more noise than we do. So I've learned to, make sure that it's okay that he's jumping around. So, so that little quotes, stickers again. So first week I used the Celebrate washi tape. So there's to the 7th, and then January 8th use these lemon washi. And then today, again, there is that same themed washi tapes. So now I plan each day on a day-to-day basis because I don't want to pre-plan ahead for too far in advance, because then I don't have anything to do each day. So I make it a point that, I do the ruled lines, I do these little task boxes, stamp whatever stamp I feel will look good that day, and then the mood stamp that I have here. So pop that on there. So I try and do that on a day-to-day basis, or, maybe 2 days in advance. So then that way, if I know the next day I'm going to have a late start, like especially today, like 5:30 a.m. I went live. So it won't be until probably 7:30, 8 o'clock that I'll get to this page. So I want to make sure it's already, set up so I can start planning the day, the rest of the day. Stephanie says, all good, good to continue. More sounds, more alive. Thank you, Veronica. That's right. And you know that I have, the live. So I just want to make sure that he doesn't pop up on the camera, because I think if kids are shown on your videos, you have, I don't know, that all those different rules for YouTube. I want to make sure I'm following it. So now here's the thing that I thought I saw someone, they had a planner that, how you can remove, there's some planners or journals that you can, there's perforated, is that what it's called, that you can remove the corner so then you can get to your page. I thought, I've got all these tabs, I don't need it, but I thought, since I have a corner punch, I thought, hey, let's go just try things out. So I corner punched the pages that I have used. So then see how you can see, but I use tabs at the moment. But if you don't want to have tabs and you have a corner punch, you can corner punch your own pages. So then you can get to the page that you are currently on. So there you go. I corner punch the daily. What else did I corner punch? I corner punched my weekly. So if you don't want to use tabs, you can, and you have a corner punch somewhere handy, or if you get one that's nice and cheap, you can do that for you as well. If you want to corner punch the top, so that's that one. Now, I did show this on my Instagram. So can you see these little markings at the top? Star, 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 star. No stars. Okay. Now, because I do based on David Allen's book, How to Get Things Done, you need to have a trusted system that you can go back to. So there's no point having things written down and then, you don't go back to it. Then it's like you're not trusting it. So then, of course, you're not going to check on it. If your planner is on the shelf or it's in the drawer and it's not a trusted system that you go back to, then being productive and getting things done won't be as successful. So what I do is I make these little markings on the top of my page. Once I know everything on that page is not so much completed, is that I don't need to worry about them, that I've either completed it or I'm not going to do it no more, like I've crossed it off, or I'll have a little arrow here, migrate it. So then I know that everything that's on this page, I no longer need to review, because I made a little marking for myself that says, now, okay, everything on that page I've reviewed, I've done, I've crossed off. I need to move to the next day or move to the next month. So that's just a little tip that you can use. So I use my Hobonichi stencil. This is the basic one. So you've got star there. So I'm probably for February, I'm going to use the heart. And then someone on my Instagram said on March, that's like a 4-leaf clover. So I could use that. And then I could use a red pen and then a green pen to mark that, hey, because after each week, what I do is I go and review my daily pages, my weekly pages, and then as well as my monthly, to make sure that I am getting everything sorted. Like, oh, I forgot, I need to write that down on my weekly page. Oh, I need to write that on this daily page. So I check back. So then when I'm checking back through my pages, so let's say today, Mondays is when I check back my daily pages, right? So I need to check my weekly page. So when does this start? So I know I no longer just need to check that page, that page, that page, that page, that page, that page, or that page. So I just need to check off yesterday's page. So I need to do a module for my one of my online courses, and some of these stuff I wrote that if I have time to do them, to do those. So I need to go check that. So that's all I need to check for my daily page this week, because I have marked down all these other pages I've reviewed already. So no need to waste my time going over the same thing over and over again when I know that it's all done. And then I'll do the same for my weekly. So did I do it on here? I think I have to make a marking on here. See? So let's make that marking right now. So then that way I know that this page here, I have noted down everything that's written on it, whether I've completed it, whether I've migrated it, or I've just crossed it off and I'm not doing it anymore for the following week. So there you go. I made a little marking. So that's that one. So little markings, monthly tabs, and I also labeled, yeah, isn't that? It's a great idea. You don't have to go through all the pages over and over again. And so if you know you've completed everything quick, sometimes I've just done a dot, and sometimes I'll use my marker, highlighted, whatever will make sense to you. Use that little symbol or anything. Yeah, thank you, ladies. I'm glad that you like that. I thought it was a little good tip. Now I did see it from a while ago. Someone made markings on her page, a little dot. So it's not my original idea, but I just wish I knew who it was from so I could credit them. But you know how when you watch so many videos and you go. So now what I do actually on my another planner is when I get little planning ideas, I write it down on this spare Hobonichi memo tab. So like this idea here, little hand lettering like that. I saw that from Say Mackenzie on Instagram. And then this little tracker, that idea is from also Say Mackenzie. I hope I'm saying Say. I think it's Say. Would that be my name? Would that be in French? Her tag. And then this one here, I red ink idea from Creations by Monya. See, so now when I do spot something, I write down who I got that idea from, so then I can credit them, because sharing is caring. And there's a lot of ideas that we all planners use, but I don't want to claim something when the idea isn't originally mine. But I wish I could remember. I did try and go back through my YouTube history to see who it was from, but it was just so many so many videos. And oh, I do that too. There you go, May. See, great minds think alike. So fantastic. So that's one. All right. So the weekly, this bit here, the time blocking, really the thing at the moment that I'm putting on there is my AM routine, breakfast, lunch, clean, go for a walk, unplug, dinner, and PM routine. So at the moment it's like, well, I sort of know what to do there, right? But when your day is in disarray and you are getting cranky and you look at your daily planner and you go at your time block and go, oh, it's 2:00. I haven't had lunch. So your time blocking is a nice little reminder for you to go and have your breaks. Or if you're going, what should I do next? It's like, maybe you got to put the clothes away, Marianne. Maybe you should do a load of laundry, Marianne. Maybe you should go for a walk and get some vitamin D, Marianne. Maybe get off from the desk because you've been working too hard, Marianne. Very unlikely, but unplug. So that's what I use. And of course, in February, when we start our homeschooling and my son's therapy sessions start up again, then time blocking is going to be an integral part of my planning and productivity. So I use that. And then here at the top here, I write down 3 top priorities of mine. And then that way, try and do those first things that matter most, things that will bring me joy, things that's important, things that are time sensitive. So then I create, I do this little dot 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 ant dashes. They call them ant dashes. So then it's just another way to be mindful. So someone asked me on Instagram whether I do this daily, set up my pages daily, and I said yes, because it's a great time for me to focus and be mindful. Again, you know it may take up time to do these dash lashes lines, may take up time to do these little task boxes, but guess what, I'm concentrating on this allows me to have those thoughts in the morning to settle down and go, and hopefully the important stuff rises to the top, and then the things that's mundane will just, I'll go and either, is that something I should do now, or is that something I should do later? And then here, stamps. So see, this is a stamp, floral stamp. Okay, and then I use the black ink, and then to add color, see, again, use your whatever markers or highlighters you have, and color it in. Use little stickers. So here, a quote. What would it look like if I were really confident about this? You know how sometimes you stop yourself from doing something because you go, I'm not good at it yet, or I don't know anything about it yet. But what would it look like if I know what I'm doing? Guess what? We do it, right? When we're planning, we know what we need to do because we've done it so many times. And then there are things that we go, oh, I don't want to do it because I'm scared that it won't look good. But we all start somewhere. So that's why I put quotes on there to remind me. Again, more stamps. Ugh, Saturday. Oh, won't talk about that. Um, and then more stamps and more stickers. So whatever it is that you have a lot of, use that. Use that. So and again, use your favorite washi tapes and stickers. Oh, I meant the punch idea. Oh, I love it. Oh, the corner punch. Yes. So yeah, if you have a corner punch handy, it's just a little great way. So I mean, if I didn't have these um, the beginning pages, I probably won't need the side tabs here, because then I could easily just put the finger on there. But because I don't want to punch these pages yet because I haven't used them, so but yeah, so I just thought, well, now I either continue corner punching it, but for the moment I'll just corner punch as I go, without worrying about it too much. Now let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you like this little review? Does it give you ideas for your own current planning system? What works, what doesn't work, what you need to continue? So I discovered right on hand here on, live with you guys, that I haven't been doing my cleaning and updating my expense trackers, and I do like doing those because it gives me an opportunity to mark off my things, my to-do list, right? That's another dopamine hit, is marking things off and checking the check boxes or ticking it. But I hadn't been executing those tasks or habits, is because maybe I leave it too late in the day. So it's a great way. So I could easily leave it and change my habit tracker order until February. But I can see that it's not working, so I need to make a change. So I'm going to update my habit tracker. So then the cleaning and the habit tracking is a little bit, the expense tracking is a little bit earlier in the day. So do let me know if you have any questions later on that it pops into your head, or if you are having any struggles yourself with filling out the pages, whether it's a new page that you have, or you've been using a planner, or something isn't working, and you've tried many different ways, pop it in the comment section, because maybe someone else is having the same struggles, or they're having the great wins, doing it a particular way. So do pop it in the chat, or in the comment section, and then that way we share ideas with each other. So now make sure that, of course, Like I said, if you aren't yet, you haven't liked the video yet, make sure to like and share and hit that subscribe button. And then, of course, now I did talk about my very briefly my planner inserts, the habit tracker. So you can grab this printable download at my shop at mariannecresp.com. And so I so appreciate all of you for joining me on my live and sticking with me for over an hour and a half. Can you believe it? We've been hanging out for that long. And if you are new to all my planning videos, there are Hobonichi planner playlists in the description, or once this video or live stream has been processed, it'll be right here. So click or tap the screen and make sure you say hi in the comment section. I appreciate you. I really love you hanging out with me so much. And I love seeing all the many, familiar faces in the chat now, like Jessie. Jessie, listening to you is encouraging. I'm cleaning as you speak. Jessie, come over. Clean my house. Clean my apartment. Always great. Always enjoy your live videos, and I enjoy you being here with me, Marsha. Thank you, Elle. Make sure to check Elle's YouTube channel if you want skincare and hair care and skincare tips and tricks. And she has lots of great videos. So make sure. Thank you so much, and Veronica. I will see you all next time. Thank you. Adieu. Goodbye, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.